part 2 of going through my standards and indicators to separate the things that have a Eurocentric focus and the things that don't. The next one is about the Revolutionary War period and the early government. In the first indicator, we have motivations and demographics of loyalists and patriots, reactions to Parliament, the socioeconomic status, political views, and geographic separations of people from those perspectives, all a Eurocentric focus. The next indicator is about the French Indian War. We have the end of salutary neglect, the proclamation of 1763, the tax increase to pay the war debt, the reactions to the Stamp Act, the Townshend Act, the Tea Act, and the Intolerable Acts. All of those are a European-centric focus. I understand that the proclamation of 1763 does talk about Native Americans, but from the way our standards play it, it really solely focuses on the reactions to it rather than the law itself. In the next indicator, we have the unification of colonists, the Continental Congresses, the Declaration of Independence, significant turning points and battles, as well as the development of the Articles of Confederation. But all of those are from a Eurocentric focus. We then briefly get into the Articles of Confederation, which is the establishment of the Confederation, the Northwest Ordinance, Shays' Rebellion, then the Constitutional Convention with the different compromises. The only one that is not completely and totally centered on European stuff would be the 3/5 Compromise, and that is still a very Eurocentric thing. And that particular part of the Constitution said that enslaved people would count as 3/5 of a person for representation purposes. Enslaved people had no rights in the government and were not counted as human. So I'm still going to put that in Eurocentric. Then we head into the Constitution, which of course, as we know, is a very heavily Eurocentric centered document or focused document. The establishment of the federal system, the founding principles of government, ratification process, the Bill of Rights. Then we get into a little bit of context. We talk about different people. We talk about John Rutledge, Christopher Gadsden, the Sons of Liberty. We talk about the Continental Congresses, the Olive Branch Petition, the Declaration of Independence. We talk about the partisan or the militia, essentially, groups and those leaders in our state. All Eurocentric lens. The mention of African Americans comes down to Lord Dunmore's proclamation, which basically said that if an enslaved person was to fight for the British government, the only mention of African Americans in that section is about Lord Dunmore's proclamation, which basically said any enslaved person who fought for the British Army would receive their freedom when the British won. But that is still very much a European focus because it's a proclamation from a European person. There is a little bit of variety. We have the mention of some women. We have Rebecca Mott and Emily Geiger, both white women. And then we have the viewpoint of Native Americans. So I guess that's not Eurocentric. And we have immigration, the Great Wagon Road, the impact of the proclamation of 1763 on people moving west, the Cherokee War, which in the way that we have it in our standards basically summarizes why it happened and essentially how the Cherokee were defeated. We have the regulator movement, and then we have the invention of the cotton gin and how it expanded slavery. Still Eurocentric. And that's my second standard. Stick around for standard 3.